Hello, good evening. It looks a little bit conspirative, the way I'm dressed, but because what I have to reveal to you is just so conspirative. It's got nothing to do with a conspiracy theory. It's got nothing to do with fads or what anybody can say. I've got a book with me. This book is called, actually, Talmud J. Manual. Talmud Emmanuel. I'm just going to mention this. It's got from Billy MEIER. Now, Billy MEIER is a well-known person who lives in Switzerland and who has received visitations from extraterrestrial beings. He is actually the only man alive to have received visitations for the last 70 years, ever since he was a kid of 10 years old. He has taken about 1,200 pictures of UFOs, of spaceships, of beam ships, whatever you call them, 1,000, and they could not discover or find that to be a hoax. Scientists, photographers, all sorts of experts checked the photos and found that the photos were authentic. These were authentic photos of all sorts of spaceships. And Billy MEIER has also made predictions long before they actually happened. So as far as I'm concerned, he's about the only person, he's the only real prophet of the 20th century. No one else. Because he has found this. Now, this man lost his arm when he was a young man. So he lost his left arm. And so he took photos with his right arm only, because he only had that at his disposal. And he got into these spaceships and flew with them, with a person called Semyasa or Asket, to the future and into the past. And he had made so many visitations, and he wrote this in about 1,000 pages. He wrote them down in German, of course, and I'm going to ask him whether it's possible for me to translate some of his works that are not in English. Well, this book is in German, it's not in English, you know. And I am just asking you, 10 years ago, I read a lot about Billy MEIER. I got this book, I ordered this book, and I got the book. And I thought, no, his truth is so fantastic, so horrific, that I will not believe in him. I will believe in the others who say, well, they have seen aliens, they have been kidnapped by aliens, spaceships, and they have had visitations by aliens. I will not believe them anymore. I'll just believe Billy MEIER, because the evidence, I've been reading this over and over and over again, and listening to his tapes, his videos over and over again for 2 months now. And I'm convinced there is nothing to be found that is fictitious, inauthentic, that doesn't hold true to what is. But now, the more you find out what is actually really happening in the world, the more you should take your stance. Because if you learn something and you don't do anything about it, well, that's it. You just don't do anything about it. But if you prefer to do something about it, Billy MEIER and the Palladians they are called, they actually exist. They are human beings on the Pallades, some 500 light years away. And their technology is about 1,000 years in advance, It's actually 1,000 years. And so I'm sort of pleading to you, we find the truth, we learn the truth, But we don't do anything about the truth because we say it can't be possible. The earth is not going to the dogs. But now we can see Billy MEIER even predicted climate change, because how people are treating the earth. Even 60 years ago, he predicted that. He predicted the fall of the Shah. He predicted the fall of the Twin Towers. He predicted the death of the Egyptian president, Mubarak, I think, yeah. And so forth. You can read his books. You can just read it because these books are just available for everybody. Everybody can read them. And for yourself, you can find out whether the truth is for you or whether the truth is not for you. And the very important thing that I would like to also say is that Billy MEIER and the Palladians, they have said that gender equality and social justice is the only way out for humanity. Everything else is just going to lead to our destruction, our complete destruction. Now, as I said, I introduced you. This is the book that Jesus wrote, but I'm not going to speak about it yet. I just want to tell you that I've got this book, right? And you will be shocked to find so many things that we believe that were correct the last 2,000 years are not correct at all. But it's up to you. You can either believe it or reject it. And you can think the world is the way it is, as it always has been. But we are driving the world to the dogs, actually. We are preparing for a third world war. We are preparing for destruction, and you can see the signs around you. You can actually see the signs. There will be massive destruction, and 2/3 of the world's population will disappear, will be annihilated. And that is what Billy MEIER said. But no one believes him because he's not a cool guy. With one arm, long beard, looks like an old man, and doesn't speak English very well. And so we think that this Billy MEIER is not the type of person that he should be. The prophet, the last prophet of our century, the last prophet. But now I'm getting tired of not telling the truth. Well, it could be my truth, but I've been reading this so over and over again, and I come to the conclusion, you know, all my life I've spent trying to find out what is the truth. What is the real truth behind everything that politicians, the economists, what the Illuminati, it doesn't matter, the Anunnaki, what are they, all these people who are domineering the world and who are preventing you from thinking for yourself. We want a savior, we want someone to come and save our lives because we don't want to think for ourselves. We don't want to think the thoughts and the life that we really want to desire. We don't want to do that because we are waiting for someone to come and save us. But there's no one who's going to come and save us. You are going to save yourself by changing your mind, by thinking independently, by acting independently. And that's why I said this gender equality thing and social justice is one of the most important things that need to be addressed. It's going to be addressed. Because we are tired of men thinking that they are the creation of the world because God said so. That's all. It's a big lie. God never said so. It was made up 181 years after the death of Christ. It was made up by the powers that be, who said that women are under men, and for the next 2,000 years they would be under men. And even today, men are trying to kill civilizations for the upliftment of this ideal that women are inferior to men, that there's no such thing as gender equality and social justice. And we want most of the people, 2 billion of people all over the world, to be poor and to remain poor and not to have running water and not to have sanitary facilities at all. Because we think we are a body, we are better than others. We are not. We are all in this world, we are all in the same boat. We are all in the same boat. And no matter what we think, We have to realize one thing. Social justice is the thing. Gender equality is the thing. It's the only thing that you should stand up for. We human beings are all one. And it doesn't matter if some of you are not very clever in you, it doesn't matter. You deserve to get a roof over your head. You deserve to get enough money to survive. You deserve to get clean water. You deserve to get sanitary facilities. And all these lies to keep you down pressed all the time. It's got to end now. It is got to end. And it's going to end. It's going to end very, very soon. Okay, I'm going to give you, and but the next time I talk, I'm going to talk about this book. It's one of the most dangerous books on the earth, on the planet. The writings, the true writings of Emmanuel, who is called Jesus, the Christ. And I'm going to now tell you why. Why everything that you've read and you've written and you've heard of before is not the truth. It is just to keep you down and keep you living social injustice and keep you living gender inequality. The times, my friend, have changed. And there's very little time left for us because we are riding the earth to the ground. And if we don't do anything, war will suddenly come upon us. You know, in 1938, just before 1939, just before Hitler attacked Poland, all the German folks thought, oh, we have peace. We have a wonderful dictator. And we have peace. And they were doing their dancing. No one thought of the war. But the only one man said, I'm going to make war. And made war. Attacked Poland. And that enforced the whole German nation to side with his sick ideas. And then made war. And cost the lives of 100 million people. That's right. War just comes upon you all of a sudden. We don't need to kill each other. We don't, ever. We must just show kindness, compassion, tolerance for other people. They can think what they think. But this thing of killing people for the sake of religion, for the sake of an ideology, that must come to an end. And that will be. Thank you so much. Bye for now.